Yeah, so I felt like from the start again that the energy was very vague, and I don't know if like this is a digression, but if you've ever been with someone at the time, like right before they die, they kind of go in and out of consciousness, and I felt like the energy was like that for some time. Anyway, so the first ultrasound was fine, and the heartbeat was there, and that was fine. And then the bleeding continued, and after a while, I was like, okay, I'm getting used to this now. And there was no pain whatsoever at that time, and no other symptoms. I mean, regular pregnancy symptoms, but nothing else. And then on Friday last week, today is Thursday, the 10th of March. So on Friday, I experienced like this tiny clot and like blood clot, and I freaked out, and I got another ultrasound right away, like within 20 minutes, honestly. And I was super scared, and they luckily the baby had grown fine, and the heartbeat was fine, and she was like, "Oh, I can't see anything wrong," so kind of just continue as usual. And I didn't really have any more bleeding on the following Saturday. But then on Sunday morning, I woke up with cramps, and it was almost like period cramps. Um, I get like really bad leg cramps when I'm on my period, so I got that, and I was bleeding. Like looking back, it was like yeah, it was bleeding. I thought honestly that it might have been even more, but yeah, sorry TMI, but yeah, And then I was calling, the doctors and everything, and it was, weekend, so they didn't really want to take me in. But then this ultrasound lady, again, she's amazing. She was like, okay, well, come in tomorrow. We'll have a look then, and just kind of try to relax and take a warm bath, um, and then on that Monday, at first I took a, what's it called, HCG test, which I had also done the last week, and then I went straight to the ultrasound, and they couldn't find the baby, and I was so confused because I was like, what the heck? Um, I do have a bicornuate uterus, so it's like heart shaped like that, and I thought, well, maybe it had moved, or I just knew that well it hasn't come out yet, so where's my baby? And I was obviously super super sad, um, and just confused, and came home, and I knew that like this was it. It wasn't there was no baby yet, and and I guess maybe an hour or two after I came back home, not long at all, I felt this, the baby coming out. Um, and it was only, well, on ultrasound, it was just above 1 centimeter. I don't know how much that is in inches. Um, and I knew right away that, well, this was it. And it gave me closure, to be honest, because being like in that between stage was just horrible. Um, and I don't remember crying like that. I did that day, and also the following days. It's been so devastating to me. I really really wanted that baby, and again, it did take us a while to conceive it. Um, and I guess I'm still in shock, to be honest. So this is just healing to me to be able to share it, and I've been super lucky that the ultrasound lady, I guess she's a midwife, she's been so supportive, so supportive. And my doctor has been so supportive, and I have friends who've been sadly experiencing the same thing, who also have been amazing, to talk with. And my boyfriend has been supportive, and it's just so sad, and I think it's the fact that this is seemingly so common makes me even more sad because it doesn't matter how far along you are. It's such a loss anyway, and I think that's really important also to have in mind if you haven't experienced this yourself, but then you're meeting someone who is going through it, is that this is so painful, and it's I guess every story is different, and everyone has their own version and their own journey and their own way of dealing with grief, but it's very important not to kind of downplay the loss and grief. It's because you really don't know their story, and yeah. Um, I think another thing which I guess surprised me a little bit is, obviously, you the body needs to go through this, bleeding or I don't know if in healing, but kind of, getting this stuff out, and it's painful, and it does actually remind me of childbirth, to be honest. And what does surprise me is that I feel like the pain has been increasing throughout the days. I thought it would be worse to begin with. Anyway, um, I know this is a process, and I know that this I'll get through it some way. I don't believe that you ever get over loss, regardless of who it is. Um, but I do believe that it's possible to kind of move with the flow and get used to it, and yeah, I don't know. Um, this morning I've been spending time actually making some Easter decorations. Just it feels like a healing activity, and also like my the baby that I did have inside, I didn't really have a nickname for it because I just some with my first I just got a nickname right away, and it felt natural. But for this one, it none of them really came to me until it passed. And then I remember when I was a child, and we had bunnies, and my neighbors my neighbors, they had like baby bunnies, and some of them had passed. It's just awful, and it's so sad. But and again, maybe way too much TMI, but um, when my baby came out, that was like my first thought. It was like it looked like one of those baby bunnies that didn't make it. So the nickname was Bunny, and it's yeah. I'm glad it got a nickname. Anyway, I don't know if this is helpful to anyone. Um, if you're going through a miscarriage, I'm super sorry. I'm This is so painful and sad, and you're not alone. Yeah, and yeah, I should also mention I was nearly 8 weeks pregnant, but again, it was that was after the midwife kind of changed around and measured it and all of that. So um, if I were to calculate from my period that date, I would have been, I guess, nine. I think 9.5, like 9.5 weeks pregnant or something. Anyway, um, take care of yourself, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.